Welcome to Court of Protection Briefs. This video covers the broad area of capacity for decisions relating to property and affairs. This area of decision making forms the bulk of the work of the Court of Protection. It's such a big area that higher courts, Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, break it down and consider it in relation to the more distinct areas coming under the property and affairs umbrella. Attorneys, deputies, making a will, getting married, selling a house, making a gift. But actually the Court of Protection itself often considers property and affairs as a comprehensive, broad area of capacity. People are assessed as not having capacity to manage their own property and affairs. An attorney or deputy takes over their decision-making in relation to property and affairs. The reason it's such a difficult area is that it does not relate to a single decision or time-specific set of decisions, but to a whole range of ongoing decisions which can't all be identified or broken down. It's as much about being able to react to financial circumstances as an ability to grasp the pounds and pence involved, or, in the case of some people being assessed, the pounds, sovereigns, shillings, pence and farthings. The general concept of managing affairs is an ongoing act. It cannot be predicted and often needs urgent reaction, taking into account all sorts of other factors. A simple and common example: an unexpectedly, perhaps mistakenly big heating bill. Consideration needs to be given not just to paying it, but to understanding how that fits into being able to pay for rent, food, toiletries too, perhaps questioning it and being able to seek help and support. Since capacity is dependent on the decisions that need to be made, it's possible that those with less complex financial situations can be permitted by the court to function at a lower level of capacity than someone with a more complex financial situation. So if someone has a small income paid into their account and rent and utilities are automatically paid out, and they're left with a modest sum to spend on the necessities and comforts of daily life, you can see how someone may be able to manage even with a relatively compromised level of capacity. However, if someone has an international property portfolio and a large family and decisions are constantly required in the face of changing economic circumstances, that high level of complexity and intellectual focus could require intervention where the level of capacity is roughly the same. But then again, someone wealthier is better able to enlist professional help to run their portfolio, removing many of the decisions they now find challenging. So like most, all cases in the Court of Protection, it depends on the individual concerned and their circumstances. This has been a very broad introduction to the topic of property and affairs. It'll be considered in more detail in videos covering some of the decisions which sit under the umbrella of property and affairs. But that's it for now for this video from the Court of Protection Briefs. Subscribe or watch out for more.